Good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon, friends, colleagues, research scholars, students. Nainital, from Nainital, I heartily welcome all of you. Today, our fourth webinar is going on, and the theme is based on academic library, how we will cope up with COVID-19, what will be the outcome can become during this COVID 19 and how we will serve the libraries, especially academic libraries. Uh, this is our fourth lecture series under the title which we have made COVID 19 and response of libraries. And today eminent speaker is Dr. Ajay Kamble, which is going to deliver the lecture on coping with the changing scenario, promoting user-centric services in academic libraries. Now, I will like to request Dr. MP Singh ji, who is Professor DLIS, Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, and he is President of SPLP Uttarakhand, to give welcome address. Dr. MP Singh ji.
Thank you, Dr. Suchetan Kumar. A very good afternoon to all. I am very glad to welcome you all in this fourth webinar series, which is organized by Society for Promotion of Library Professionals, Uttarakhand, in collaboration with GB Pant Library and Department of Library and Science, Kumaon University, Nainital. Today we have Dr. Ajay Kamble as a resource person and Dr. Suchetan Kumar, webinar coordinator, organized secretary, Mr. Rahul Kumar, Ms. Hema Dikari, and entire team of webinar and all participated allies professionals. From across the country, I heartily welcome to all who joined us across the country. Indeed, it's a very proud moment for us that the society is organizing his fourth webinar series. Here, I would like to say that the society from day one is committed for the overall development and promotion of LIS professionals and also creates a strong network among all LIS professionals in the country. The ultimate aim of the society is to build a single platform for LIS professionals where they can share their views and experiences with each other in this changing time. My dear friends, as we know that the COVID-19 has affected almost every aspect of life in many countries. This time, most of dominant industry and academic institutions, particularly in higher education, have been badly affected. All of a sudden, the world has changed forever. Our priority, our perceptions, our perspectives, even whole life style due to this virus. Everything is closed, lockdown, in this period, except online. That's why the society has taken an initiative of moving a webinar series to get connected with the allies community. Yeah, as I said, today among us, a very talented personality of the profession, Dr. Azam Kamble. Presently, he is working as head Knowledge Resource Center Library at Anna Sai Vatta College of Arts, Kedarnath Malhotra College of Commerce, Andreds College of Science, District Thane, Maharashtra. He have a vast knowledge and he has a good IT skills and expertise in how to use IT applications in the libraries. No doubt he is a very hardworking, energetic, and very positive thinking fellow. Simply, I can say about him, he's a emerging and rising star of the LI's profession in the country. I heartily welcome you, Dr. Kamble, in this lecture, and hopefully that the topic which he is going to deliver that Dr. Sochetan already told, the coping with the changing scenario, promoting user-centric services in academic libraries. Yes, it's a need of the hour. As we know that the whole library profession nowadays facing a big challenges due to the technology as a particular role, maybe disruptive technology, clouding, are making a role of librarians as a information intermediaries more transparent to the point because as we know that due to the technology the habits of users may change, but we should clear in mind the interests and needs are similar. It is the necessary to understand their expectations in that time because things already has been changed. Maybe collection to connectivity, Aakar to Nirakar, real to virtual. Uh, and I hope the experience of the invited speaker will surely provide all of us a practical knowledge on the topic. So, in these words, once again, I warm welcome you, Dr. Kamble, and all participants who joined us for this webinar. So, in these words, I invited to Dr. Suchetan Kumar for his formal introduction. Over to Dr. Suchetan Kumar, please.
For giving us a brief description about this society which is working in the Uttarakhand society for I would like to read Vartak College of Arts, and he's working as a head Knowledge Resource Center, Thane. He did MLIS, PhD, and he also did his master's degree in mathematics. And under the guidance of Professor PhD Kumar, who is very, very renowned academician in library and information science field from Amaravati University. He has written almost 28 research papers. He is very active in Maharashtra region, and he is member of Digital Resource Development Cell, which is established by Directorate of Libraries, Government of Maharashtra. He is also He is one of the founder member and he has established the Indian Librarian Online Study Circle, which is a kind of mailing list he delivered in IT application, especially in libraries and information centers. He is also worked as a VC nominee, subject expert, syllabus revision expert in his university. He is also editor of international interdisciplinary research journal, and he is also a editor of Journal of Information Management, which is governed by Society for Promotion of Library Professional Uttarakhand. He has awarded state level award Samata Sahitya Academy Yavatmal 2013, Extra University and College Library Vidarbha Library Association, Bombay University Affiliated College Library Association. So he has a membership. We are hoping that he will deliver a good lecture regarding the what we are facing in today's scenario, COVID-19, and what are the challenges we are facing. We are facing means the academic librarians who are working especially in higher education system. So what are their responsibilities? How they can serve in this situation to our users? So these issue, I think, will be discussed by our eminent speaker, Dr. Ajay Kamble, as Professor MP Singh has already told that he is a young and rising star in library and information science field. So I again welcome Dr. Ajay Kamble and request to you to kindly deliver your lecture. Now over to you, Dr. Ajay Kamble ji.
Good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon, all the dignitaries and participants present here. Myself, Dr. Ajay Kamble. I'm from Vartak College, Vasai. In the beginning, before starting session, I would like to thank Professor Dr. MP Singh, my friend Suchetan, and all the organizing committee members of SPLP, Dr. DB Pant Library, and Department of Library and Information Science, Kumaon University, Nainital. So we will start our session here. Let me share my PPT. Please start the sharing of PPT. Yeah. Our topic today is coping with the changing scenario, promoting user-centric services in academic libraries. We all know our academic libraries are facing a lockdown these days presently, and now we have to plan our library services in the manner that we can provide proper services during and after lockdown to our users. So for that, we are going to discuss how we are going to do all these things. We will start from the scenario before the lockdown. Academic libraries were busy and functioning actively for providing effective services. We all know before this lockdown, before March, we all were providing our services properly and giving services to our users. Then library services were provided on both fronts. through printed and electronic resources as per our choice of as per the choice of users. But now the situation has been changed. We can see that we can't provide print resources due to lockdown to our library users. Now this is the current situation. Corona has hit our libraries and academic field also. From March this year, we are facing the lockdown, and now we are in the fifth lockdown period, or we can make called as it a first unlock period, and it will end on 30th June. But recently, in our area, few of the libraries have been started at least 2 weeks a day, or some staff comes daily and they used to start and keep the library on. And we are doing the internal work of the library these days. Now, what are the challenges before the libraries now? Academic libraries have to change the mode of services and keep them more inclined towards online resources in this situation. They have to contact their users through online platforms and provide them services. Yes, it is necessary today that we have to provide services online now. So we have to take help of some platforms through which we can connect to our users these days. But before going, which platform we can use to connect to your users, we will see what our library was doing before this lockdown and what activities we have taken before this lockdown in our library. This is the brief introduction of our library. Our library is situated on the fourth and fifth floor of this new college library building. You are seeing the picture there on your screen. We have 16,000 square feet area with a 300 sitting capacity in our library. Then our library collection is 1.10 lakh books we have. Then we have 100 subscribed periodicals. You may call it journal or magazines. And we have the membership of Enlist Consortia, in which you may know that there are 6,000 e-journals and more than 30 lakhs books are available there. Our library has been automated since 2005. Earlier it was sold 1.0, and now we have sold 2.0, and we are progressing towards installation of sold 3.0 in near future. Our library is completely barcoded, and we used to use barcodes. We have barcodes on the student ID as well as all the books, and we are using barcodes for issuing circulation of books and everything. Number of students enrolled in our institution are 7,500 annually. So we have to manage all those students. And earlier situation before 5 years, after the advent of smartphone and 4G internet and social networking, almost know that library users have started keeping social distance, that they are going far from library due to because they are having a mobile smartphone with them and it is having a fast internet. They are not coming to the library in that sense. What we were facing 5 years before was the situation that we have to face, that we were lacking something. We were lacking, our users were not that much coming. They were coming, but only those who need textbooks for study and everything. So what really happens is when Google enters, they used to say no to library. They used to prefer Google. I will not say that they are not using library. They are using library. Some of them are using library, but they were started preferring Google over books. So then the library thought, here library means our library team. They started to think what we can do. So we think, and we said, yes, if users are not coming to the library, let the library reach its user. So for that, what we had done, library was willing to reach its user through the media with which they spend most of their time. And what was that media? Hence, we decided to reach our user through the social networking and through their smartphone. Because today we know all the students are having smartphone with them and they are spending most of their time on smartphones. So we think that we will use this media, we will use this medium to contact with them, to share with them. To attract our users, we planned some activities in our library. They are the general activities you may see it everywhere. It is practiced, but we have make some changes in it. That activities include continual orientation and exhibitions, or entertainment come educational library activities. Then innovative services we have started. We are paying personal attention to our users, and we have created one feedback mechanism through which we can get feedbacks from user. Hello, I am audible. Continual.
Yes. Very much motivated, sir. Please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Library orientations are being conducted everywhere. Why we have added a word continual with the orientation? Because we conduct library orientation in our college in three modes, in three different ways. The first one, we have a common orientation in the beginning of the academic session. We have a big hall here within our college where 500 students can sit at a time. We used to conduct a common orientation there with a batch of 500 at a time. And then after that, we used to contact with their teachers, and we asked their teachers to bring them batch wise to our library so that we give them a library tour and a separate orientation, a different orientation at our library premises. We show them all the departments, and we tell them about the services that are being given by the libraries, the facilities that are available in the library, and tell them to utilize that services at the most. Then we don't stop here. If someone thinks that at the end of the year, if someone from first year thinks that he don't know about the library because he has not visited throughout the year in the library, so for him we used to conduct a separate orientation course for individual also. And if some group thinks that, like NSS group or some group from our college, that they want to conduct a library orientation program for their batch, so we used to keep our orientation program open throughout the year for our interested user. Because the students who have been admitted to FYSY are coming next year also in SY, second year, and they will use the library the next year. So we don't keep our library orientation. So we make our library orientation, shifted it towards continual library orientation. Then we used to organize continual book exhibitions also. Book exhibition is also a common activity of the library. Every library used to carry out. But in our library, we used to conduct book exhibition on different occasions. That if there are birth anniversary of great writers or birth or date anniversary of great leaders, then we used to organize theme-based exhibition. Then subject-based exhibition, as if there is mathematics day there, then we used to exhibit the mathematics book at the right corner in the entrance of the library, so that the users can know that these books are also available regarding their subject in our library. Then we used to organize open access day. As we have the closed access system, we don't allow our users every day in our stack rooms. So on special days like Library Day, that is on 12th August, or Independence Day or Republic Day, or on special occasions, we used to keep our library, our stacks open for our users so that they can go to that stack, they can see the books, and they can read and browse, and they come to know that beside the books they are using, these other books are also available in their subject, which are there available there on the stacks. Then we'll come to the library activities that are being conducted by our library to attract users. Last year we have we have organized Library Week. Library Week were organized in the month of July, and it is a regular practice with our library. We used to organize it 2 times a year. The first one in June or July, right after the orientation program, and the second one in December or January, as per the availability of schedule decided by the college. And the activities during this library week includes book fair, then film screening, then competitions, plays, games. These activities we used to conduct during this library week. Book fair. In book fair, we don't organize it once in a year. We make it short. We used to call 2 or 3 booksellers at a time with specific subjects and or specific language, and invite them to display their books for exhibition and sale in our library premises. And this activity is repeated with different sellers on various occasions in the library. In this way, the students get a book on the specific subject in one event, and if they need book on another subject, then they have to attend those book fair according to their need. We used to display the notice board that we are going to organize this book fair on this subject, and these 2-3 booksellers we have invited, and it is going to happen in the library these days. We also organize film screening. Now, someone may question what is the contact connection of this film screening with the library. So I want to say we must know that when the syllabus is decided of generally the literature people or something, that they have dramas and this one plays in their syllabus. So we used to get that drama, or if a movie is there, like last year, Pride and Prejudice was in syllabus for our SY students, SYBA students, and one more Hamlet was there for first year students. So we go get red dramas for them, and we show them that drama in our audiovisual hall. Apart from that, award-winning films or films that give social messages are also selected and are screened for our students in the AV section of our library. Again, after that, we used to conduct competition like book review competition, essay competition for our student, and they are being given prizes and certificate for these events. This is an innovative idea we have started in our library. We used to organize games to attract our users to our library. What type of games we used to organize? We have conducted last year. It includes book search competition. In this competition, we give them a specific title or keyword according to their level. If the means he is in a final year of his studies or SY, he has already used his library. So we used to give them only a title of the book and ask them to go to the stacks. We have 110,000 books. So we have a number of stacks. We have a complete hall there of books in our library. So we ask them to go and search the book and bring that book. And who will bring the book in the least time will get the prize. So in that way, for Nuvoice user, we used to give them the bibliographical details and we send them in the stacks. In this way, they go browse the stacks. They come to know that these books are there in the library, which I can read, which I can take later, which I can issue from the library and take home and read them. In the same way, we used to organize article search competition also. We have a number of 100 number of periodicals with us, journals and magazines. So we find out some articles from them, make a list, we make the cheats of them, the titles of that articles, and we keep it in the box and ask the user, ask our user to take out one cheat. Then he take out the cheat, and then whichever article it comes, we ask him to go to the periodical section, search that article and bring it to us in the list time. So last time we have got a good response for this. We have got a number of participants in those competition. Apart from that, on a different date, we also organized an information search. This time we don't give them title or something, we just give them the topics and ask them to search information in the library wherever, whether it is a periodical, journal, book, reference book, anything. They have to get information from these resources and come to us. So again, in the end of the session, we organize one book arrangement competition for them, in which we give them some 50 or something books and ask them to arrange it in a proper manner, or in a manner they think it is proper, so that the users can get it easily. So we have got a good response for that book arrangement competition also. The games organizing games is not our motto. Our motto is that this game should create interest among these users, and they come to know, they should handle that books. They come to know how to handle the books, how to get information. We are making them information literate by conducting those games for them. Then we have organized video making competitions also. Video making competitions was organized in 2 phases. The first one was we organized a video competition for creating videos regarding the curricula or the syllabus. In this, the student has to select a topic from the syllabus, from any subject from of their choice, and they have to create a video of that. They have to explain that topic in that video, and in the way that others should come to know how that topic was, or they have to explain that in that video, and they have to submit that videos to us. So in this way, if someone from their class is having difficulty in understanding that topic, they may say they see that video and get the topic understand very well. Then apart from this, we have organized a short film competition. This was basically on the topics of social reforms. Many of our students used to participate in the university programs and anything. So we include them, we take them with us, and we organize this short film competition. So why this short film and this one? Mostly the competition of creating videos on curricula added information sources to our institutional repository. We added those videos in our institutional repository last year. So they were available for all other students. They can see, they can watch, and they can get their information from there, the educational one. Then this is the common practice done over the libraries these days. So we to promote our library services, we also organized Best Library User Awards for your user. For that, we kept the statistics of every section available in our library, like newspaper and periodical section, internet section, reading area, discussion room, reference section, and all those sections, and circulation section. So through all the statistical data, we nominate 10 students every year. And from 10 nomination, we select 3 students, and these 3 students are selected for Best Library User Award, and they are felicitated at the annual award functions of the college. This activity also attracts and encourages other students to make the use of library in more effective way. Then we will go to the library services and facilities that are available in our library. Apart from traditional services like book circulation, reference service, internet services, our library provides the following services. We have our web OPAC online from last 6 or 7 years. Then our institutional repository is there. Earlier, we were using DSpace for our institutional repository, but we have now shifted due to server and other internet issues. We have shifted our institutional repository to clouds. Now we are using clouds space for our institutional repository. And we have the Enlist consortia with us. And apart from that, we are providing our own developed article indexing service for our students. What is article indexing service? I will show it to you later on in this presentation. And then we have a books corner service. We have created one page on our website, and on that website, on that page, we used to scan the title page and content page, the main contents of the books. Some books, we used to select 4 or 5 books per month, and we post the information about that books on that website page, and we called it as Books Corner. And it is updated monthly. Every month it is updated, and we give information about 4 to 5 books that you can read these books of the month. You can say that you can read these books this month. Apart from that, we have a new arrivals service. Whatever new arrivals are coming to our library, we used to provide this new arrivals list to our user through WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp group, and we used to provide a list of these new arrivals to our users. Then we have scanned all the previous exam question papers of last 2-3 years, and we used to put them in our institutional repository. So the students need not to come to the library for getting this old exam question papers. They can directly get it through our website or the Android app, which is available on our library website. Then we have the extension services with us. Our library helped a government school to set up their library with the help of NSS student. Then our next plan is to help them to automate their library. We are going to help them. And our library also helped the nearby libraries here for their automation if needed. Last time we have installed eGranthalaya in one library situated nearby, and it is working fine with them now. We also provide special reading services to PhD scholars. It is not necessary that PhD scholar belongs to our college only. From wherever university, from wherever he is, if he is approaching us for some content, for some resources, we welcome him, and we provide him reading services, special reading services to those PhD scholars in our library. Then we have ex-student and external reader services. We used to provide them. We give them reading services here. Because this is a metropolitan area, and it is hard for some students to read and study at homes. So they used to approach our library, and we provide them space for reading the whole time the library works, maybe from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or whatever the time going on in that period. We also have Braille Lipi books for visually challenged readers. We have a complete Oxford dictionary. It is in 10 or 11 volumes, I think. So we have a complete Oxford dictionary also for them. And we have some syllabus related books plus some novels and other books in Braille Lipi for those visually challenged readers. Uh, in library facilities, apart from regular property counter, circulation counter, new arrivals, periodical section, newspaper section, we are providing free internet and Wi-Fi facility. We have a separate internet section here with the desktops, and we are providing Wi-Fi facility in the reading room on the laptops, not mobile. Then we are providing special reading space for researchers from our college. The teachers doing research from our college, we have provided them a separate section in our library plus a separate Wi-Fi connection there for them to access internet and all the resources. Then we have a discussion room in our library. We don't allow, normally we don't allow speaking in the reading room. So for those who want to discuss some topics with their friends, we have a discussion room up there on the 5th floor, where the students can sit in a group and they can discuss on some topic regarding their studies. And we used to keep a register there, and we provide them a specific time slot there. So in that time slot, they have to complete their discussion and they have to again sit in the reading room, back to the reading room if they want to study further. Again, apart from this, we have audio visual hall with us, where we used to screen videos. We used to conduct orientation programs. There we used to conduct various activities, audiovisual activities. Again, apart from library, if any department from our college, any this one, some English department or political science department or any department, if they need the audiovisual hall, they used to conduct their activities in an audiovisual hall in the library. It has the capacity of 60 users at a time. Then we have a separate book bank section with us. We have 2 book banks for the needy students who can purchase books. So we used to provide them books for a complete year. Then we have that separate book bank section here in our library, and we have a mobile zone. As mobiles are not allowed here in the reading room of our library, we have created a separate mobile zone in the outer part of our library. A separate space is there where we allow them to talk on phone. If any user who is sitting in the reading room has to talk on mobile, he has to move. If he has a call there or he want to talk on the mobile, he has to move in the mobile zone first, and then he can talk in our library. Then we have a feedback mechanism. We have built up a feedback mechanism for our users. It is available online also on our website. If you can see our website, that is library.avc.ac.in, you will find an online feedback form there. But apart from that, at the end of the academic year, in the month of February or March, we used to conduct the feedback, this one, for our users. We provide them the printed forms and we take the feedback from them, and according to their feedback, we if they are found valid and reasonable, they are taken into account, and we try to improve our services on the basis of their feedbacks. These feedback forms are available in 2 languages, English and Marathi, the regional language here. And feedback is asked from both teachers and students, also from the non-teaching staff of our college. This is something new we are trying in our library. we are getting personal interaction with the students. Our staff used to talk with them regarding the library services, regarding the information they used to need, they need daily, and if needed, we used to guide them that if they want some certain type of reference, some certain type of, if they want to go for competitive exams, then we provide them the books, we provide them the guidance they needed for whatever for whatever information they want to access from our library. Again, we used to display reference books regularly. We have kept a cupboard there at the entrance of the reading room, and there we put some new reference books regularly on display for our students so that they come to know that yes, these reference books are available. These are the pure reference which they can't take home, they can't issue home. So they come to know that yes, these books are available in the library and we can access these books also. So we have find that when we display the books, the students come there, they used to see that books and they ask the library staff to issue that book for to them to read in the library. This has improved the reference books service in our library. This has definitely improved, and the statistics are been improved last year. Then we give special help to student needing specific information. If some student is participating in a debate competition somewhere else in the university or in some other colleges, he comes to us and asks for some specific information to for that debate purpose, to he want purpose. So we give him a direct entry in the stacks and ask him to browse the books, get the books he needed, and find out the information. If he is not able to find that information on his own, we used to help them to get that information. Again, we used to post major employment notices such as UPSC and MPSC advertisements come in employment news or other local newspapers. We reprographed or we get the xerox of that notices and we put it on the notice board of our library for the students. Again, if there are some students who are not able to access the library or
Hello. Hello.
ऑडियो है सर।
Am I audible? Am I audible? Maybe some technical problems. The speaker will not connect it. Hello. Hello.
यस सर, ऑडियो पर
जी. Can you call him, Rahul? Or
यस सर।
or I can start. Hello. Hello, dear participants. Due to some technical problem, the speaker may be connected in some time.
I have connected.
Okay, he's connected.
Yeah,
Please, thank you.
got disconnected due to internet issue.
Yes, sir. Due to technical issue, no problem. Please carry it.
So, shall we start? I'm audible?
Yes, please. You are audible.
Okay.
You are
Then,
very much audible.
I was here at a personal touch. So we have a personal interaction with our students. Our library staff used to display reference books regularly. Then we give special help to the students needing specific information. We are posting major employment notices such as UPSC, MPSC, and other competitive exams on the notice board. Then we help the needy students to read books and take notes in the summer vacations also when their ID card and other things got expired. Then we are coming to the tools and techniques we have developed for our library, and we are using it for giving faster services to save the time of our readers through our library. Firstly, we have developed an Android mobile app in our library, and we are currently using your users are using the 6th version. We have created 6 different versions of that. Of that 6 versions, 3 different versions are actively used by our users, and they are available on our library website. Then these mobile apps are developed internally without paying a single penny. We are not paid anything. We have developed it on our own, and we are the first in Maharashtra who has created a library app for their users. I'll show you the library app here. This is our library app. This is the main screen, home screen of our library app, in which we have about us. Then our library. Here the collection of our library is available. Then the periodicals, list of periodicals, list of journal and magazines in our library is given here. Then the list of newspapers that can be subscribed by our library. is displayed here. Then we have the library maps here. I'll show you. These are the library maps for the users, so they can find the section they need from those 2 floors of our library. Then the committee, library committee information, and the library rules. These are the library rules of our library. Again, whatever services are given has been listed here. Some of them, what are the library services we are providing? These are the list of library services that has been provided by our library. Then the book bank facility, then ask the librarian. This is the service provided by our library through our website and through our app also. Then e-resources, and then the journal index and Vartak app. This is the important tab here, search for our students. So here our library's web pack is available for our student. They can access books directly from here. I'll show you. This is the OPAC where they can search books on title or whatever they need. I'll just click on search. I have put physics here. Now we get the list of physics book here. It is not visible. I'll make it visible for you. Okay. In this way, they can search books in our app right from their smartphones they are having. Then we have ebooks, e-journals. We have already told that we have the Enlist consortia with us. So if they want to access Enlist consortia, they can directly access it from here. If they'll click here, look, the link will come where they have to put their username and password. That this username and password they will get from our library, and by putting username and password, they can easily access the contents of Enlist right from our app, library mobile app. Again, if they need an old exam question paper, they have to click here, and this is the list of question papers. I'll click one link. Say okay. Now look, for FY MSc IT, I am searching. There are no items. For SY we have some question papers there. These are the question paper available in PDF form for our users. So anyone from the area or the university area can visit, can use our library mobile app or our website to access these question papers. Again, we have scanned and archived our college magazine right from 1974. Our college has been established in 1971, and they started publishing the annual magazine from 74. So we have archived those annual magazines, and we have kept them for our students here. So they can access all the annual magazines of our college right from here, from these links. Now I opened this one. This is 1974-75's annual magazine of our college. It is available here in PDF form for our user. Likewise, all the library facilities that we can provide, the activities carried out by the library are also being shared here through our app. These are the pics of the library orientation program that we have conducted last year. This is the audiovisual hall in our library where we used to conduct orientation programs. So in this way, we have developed this Vartak Library app, and through this, we used to provide services to our users. We will move to the next one. We have developed entry software at our library. Why this entry software is there? We have SOAR 2.0 with us, and we have kept one PC at our property counter to keep the logins and logouts of our student. But what was happening, as we are using the login logout section of the SOAR software at our property counter, it was difficult for students to keep record of other sections in our library, like the newspaper and reading section, or internet section, or the reading room section, or the reference section. So what we do, we created a software for that in Excel, and we use it for only for entry and exit purpose of our users. We used to keep records. So earlier we used to keep the registers there. The students, when come to the library, has to write his name. To save his time, we developed this entry software. I'll show you the entry software here. It is completely developed by us in our library. One of our library attendant was with me, and he supported me to develop this software. Now this is the Excel file. I'm clicking it. This software is not only for entry or exit in the library, but we issue newspapers and journals also in this software. And I'll put the username and password here. So this is the main menu of this entry register software, in which there are various options there. They are the submenus, in which the first one is in-out, where the in-out of the students is being registered. Then if we want to issue newspapers, so we have to click here. Then if we want to issue periodicals, we have to click here. Then if we want to do circulation, then the circulation menu is also here. Yes, in reference section, our staff used to use this for reference book circulation, because reference books are circulated in this in the premises only. So he used to use this reference book circulation in our library. If we want to do the member entry manually, we don't do the member entry manually here, but we have given option here for manual entry of members. So we will see the in-out section of this software. I have some members ID with me. I'll put it there, SF. Now look, after putting the student ID or after scanning the ID barcode that is available on the student ID of the student, his name will directly get displayed here, that his ID, this student ID, belongs to Aditya Shetty of SYBMS. Now, we just have to click on login to log in this member. Now look, he has been logged in on today 22nd date and at 1:35 p.m. and the message comes that welcome to the library. When we will click on OK, it will show a blank screen. It will record him. Today it is taking some time. I don't know the issue, but okay. And we get the blank screen for the other user here. Okay. Then if we have recorded some users in our library, they have been entered, and we don't know who have entered in the library, whether they have recorded there or not. If we want to check the record, we just have to click on the P out report. Now, just now we have entered Aditya Shetty in our library, so his record is coming here in this report. So we are getting report here. And when he will log out, when he will go out of the library or from that section, he just has to put his ID or scan his ID here. 19040. Now look, when we put his ID or scan his ID there, ID number there, we get the details that this student has entered the library on this date at this time, and now we will log out him. When we will log out him, his logout time will displayed here and will get stored in this software also. And the message will come that thanks, have a nice day ahead. In this way, we used to manage the user entry and out in our library at various sections, not on property counter. Property counter we used to use sole, but at newspaper section, internet section, reference section, or reading section, we used to use this software. We have come to the main screen. If you want to issue a newspaper to your reader, you just have to put his ID. I will put another ID here, 190748. Okay, the same student. Check some another ID. Yeah, the next student is Shubham Raut from SYBMS. He has arrived and he has asked for some newspaper. So the newspaper list is here. We just have to select the newspaper he asked for, and then we have to click on issue. So the newspaper get issued here. You can see the date and the time when he has issued the newspaper from the newspaper section. Again, newspaper is issued. We have got the message and we will click on OK. So when he will come back to you and return his newspaper, you just has to scan his ID again. It will show that he has issued his newspaper at this time on this date, and you just has to click on return to take this newspaper back. Look here, the time of returning has come, and have you received a newspaper? It is asking. So if you'll click on yes, thanks, circulation completed successfully. So I'll click on OK. So we have got the newspaper back. Again, in the same way, we have our newspaper circulation and periodicals desk in common. So the same person used to issue newspaper and periodicals. So if he want to issue periodicals in between, he can directly go to the periodicals section from here. And the same way, so there is one more student and he is asking for the periodical Capital Market. We have to put the volume number here and issue number of that issue which he is asking for. and we will click on issue. At this date, at this time, this periodical has been issued to Bhavika Ambat, Capital Market, volume 45 and 2. If you want to see the record, just you have to click on OD pair report and you will get the detail that this student has issued capital market. So you will get a list of student who has issued the journals from you. And when he'll come back to you, when he or she will come back to return that magazine, you just had to type or scan his student ID and you will get the details here. And then you have to click on return and that periodical will come back. So you just have to, have you received the periodical? Yes, thanks, circulation completed successfully. In this way, for periodical newspaper issuing or for in-out of our student at various section, we used to use this software.
ऐसे बोला मैंने कहा मेरा प्रमोशन ड्यू है।
हेलो
मैंने कहा तो प्रोफेसर एक या डेढ़ साल बचा है ना प्रोफेसर वाला।
हाँ हाँ तो मैंने कहा देख तू ये मसरूम में सिस्टम
ऐसे बोल दिया है।
हाँ
फिर वो कहीं किसी से नहीं बोलेगा।
again maybe he disconnected.
Yes, sir.
Speaker is disconnected na? Due to technical
Yes, sir.
problem.
Yes, I think he. Yes, again, I'm just calling him.
तो उसको मैं सोचूंगा ये डिप्टी लाइन बन रहा है तो मैं उसको पीपीटी भेज दूंगा कि हट मिल डाले को
इतना ही है तो नहीं उतना
बना
Hello.
There is some serious internet issue, but I have connected to another internet now. We have another internet connection. Hopefully it will work. Shall we start again?
Dr. Kamble. Ji, Dr. Kamble, please. How much time we will take?
Almost 15 to 20 minutes now.
Please, Karen, please. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Your voice is not audible, sir. इसका क्या बेनिफिट है?
तो बहुत अच्छा है सर, बच्चों को प्राइमरी बेस पढ़ाई
हेलो।
नहीं पढ़ रहे तो क्या
क्योंकि जो ये फार्म है वो फिर
हेलो।
रात में जो सोएगा तो उसका केमिकल पैक बनाना है वही सोचे।
नहीं
हेलो राहुल।
सर नेटवर्क इशू है सर
अगेन ना?
यस सर
He disconnected again.
यस सर
Due to technical problem, maybe. Dr. Suchetan.
आज तक कोई मेरा काम वो आर्टिकल लिखे
हेलो।
नहीं, हम सोचे थे 3-4 लोग
मैं लिखा हूँ आज वो चैप्टर आपका कंप्लीट है मेरे पहला
एक चैप्टर हमारा कौन सा चैप्टर लिखा था?
ऑटोमेटेड 11 या 12 पेज के आज भी है।
हेलो।
हाँ तो लिख डालो तो एक बढ़िया से
राहुल?
काम निकाल लो।
यस सर
मैं अपने जैसे
हाँ।
बोल दिया 3 चैप्टर की।
I think Dr. Suchetan Kumar also disconnected.
आल्सो डिस्कनेक्ट यस सर
Okay, what will we do?
लिख जाता है।
Have you number of Dr. Ajay Kamble?
यस सर
If you have, you can call from him. Then we will, you know. Our participants are waiting. So sorry to all participants due to technical problem. Again and again, due to technical problem, the speaker is disconnected.
Yes, sir. We are trying to connecting the resource person.
Sorry for this. Hello. Hi. Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Please.
Sir, please carry on.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. So we were talking about the entry software before this internet connectivity has sure this one. I don't know where I have stopped. But I was telling you about the issue of reference book circulation here. And now when the users come back with the reference book, we just have to put the accession number of the reference book here, and we have to click on return. So in this way, we can use this software for our internal purpose. We are using this software for our internal purpose, and we are getting the statistics, proper statistics from it. We don't have to worry. We have to go through the registers, count the numbers and everything. We get ready-made statistics from this software also. We will go back to our presentation. So this was the entry software with us. Then we have the WhatsApp group with us. We have created WhatsApp group of our library users, and through that groups, we used to provide them the article indexing service, then new arrival service, book corner service, employment notices, and all. Article indexing, regarding the article indexing service, I'll show you one file that's with me. This is the format of our article indexing page service. We used to provide this file to our users every month. And through this page, we have created this page, and it is transferred to the PDF form, and it is distributed through our Vartak Library app to our users. Plus, we upload this to our library website also. What is special in this page? Whenever periodicals, means journals and magazines, come to our library, we used to scan the title page and index page of that journal, and we put them together in this file like this. Now this is Business Today's title page, and this is the content page where all the articles available in that magazines are being displayed here. So if our user want to read any of the article available here in this index, they can approach our library, come here, and they can access that article from that periodical. We don't give the full text article here in this. We just give them the title page and the content page of the magazines, the issues of the magazines that are being available, that are received by the library in the recent year, this one period. So it is user friendly. This file is, if I'll click on this link, I'll directly go to the first page, and from this list I can search which magazine I want to see, which is of my subject. So if I want to see resonance, I can click on resonance, and I'll get the index page of resonance here directly. I don't have to scroll through the complete file for some specific journal. Just I have to click on the links, and I'll get the direct link to that journal's page. So this was the article indexing service provided by our library. And this article indexing we used to provide our users through their WhatsApp group, through our WhatsApp groups. Another information like this, like new arrivals, are also being scanned and shared with our users, like physics books. Now look, these are the new book. This is a new book available, which was recently purchased in our library. So we scan the title page, the last page, and the content page of that book, and we share these details with our user. So whenever from this the user come to know if he wants information from any of this topic, he can simply visit the library and get that book issued in his name, or read that book here in the library and get the information he wants. This is the second book of physics, the title page, the last page, and the content page of the books. These are the new arrival books. We used to scan them and send them through WhatsApp library group to our users, and they can check that books directly from their mobiles or their internet, wherever possible, from internet connection. Okay, we will proceed to our presentation. We have provided QR codes to our users. QR codes are the direct links. They don't have to type the complete address of our library website or our web OPAC. They just have to put their mobile before this QR code, and when they will scan this QR code in their mobile, they will get a direct link of the resource they are searching for. These are the QR codes which we are sharing with our users at the notice board, in which analyst registration form is there, new arrivals, article indexing is there, our library Android app, Vartak app, direct download link is there, library website is there, and so on. So I have already shown you the ready file of article indexing we have developed. So it gives us the direct link. We don't have to go page by page in that file. Future plans of our library. In this situation of COVID-19, the library is planning to develop a platform of online learning on Moodle or Google Classroom for our user. Then we are trying to use various online tools to connect with users and provide them the needed information through these tools. So we are planning for that. Which platform? Now this is important for you people also, which platforms we can use to connect with users. We can use the social networking site, we can use messenger group, we can use video conferencing tool, or we can use the learning management systems, audiovisual channels, SMS, and the mailing list. We will see it in some details. In social networking sites, we may use Facebook or Twitter. If you are using messenger groups, then we can use WhatsApp, Telegram, Hike. In video conferencing tool, we may use Zoom, WebEx, GoToWebinar, or this is also a good channel that has been used today here. Then in learning management system, we can use Moodle, we can use Canvas or Google Classroom. In audiovisual channels, we can use YouTube channel or Facebook Live to connect with your users. SMS are generally used to provide links to our user. If they are not having the proper smartphones with them, we can use. Any issue? We can use SMS service to connect with your user. Again, mailing list. In mailing list, we can use Google Groups or Yahoo Groups. Through Google Groups, we can send emails to any number of participants, any number of members at a time. We have to provide online services during this period, and after this period, the situation may come that students may not be able to join our college this complete year or this complete academic session, this coming complete academic session. So we should be ready for that, and we have to provide online services from our library to our users, and we have to plan for that. What services we can provide online? We can provide ebooks, e-journals, e-databases, e-newspaper, whatever e-content available with our library. If we are purchasing some e-content, ebooks, e-journals directly, apart from consortia, we can provide them also through online medias. Again, provide on-demand information. Yeah, we can create one platform here where the users can post their specific need piece of information, and we can provide them specific need of information from our library via these online sources or forums. The library can also support to the LMS, learning management system, or audiovisual meeting conferences which are to be conducted in future for classrooms, for online learning, teaching, and so on. What after complete unlock means when students will come, when the student will start coming to the college and the library, then what things we are going to do or we should carry out. We are going to discuss them now. Library activities after unlock. The first one, we used to carry our orientation program live for our users, but I'll suggest now to create a brochure, e-brochure, or you create a guideline of your library or create a video of your library orientation program, and then you share this video or this e-brochure among your user through WhatsApp, Telegram, or whatever media available there. Then after this, you have to keep watch on daily sanitization. You have to make a plan for that. You have to sanitize your library completely. Then regarding book stacks and cupboard, you have to avoid open access to all the users. You have to keep daily cleaning. Excuse me. You have to keep the daily cleaning of these premises. One more thing, if your library starts in this month when this situation is still going on, then you have to keep the return book aside for at least 24 hours. Ask the concerned staff to use safety hand gloves and sanitizers. This is also important. Then at circulation desks, we have to keep safe distance between the issuing staff and users. Then ask the issuing staff to use safety gloves. Quarantine the return books at least for 24 hours and keep sanitizers at the circulation desks for the users as well as the library staff. Again, at the reading hall, we have to take care. We have to keep reading room clean and sanitize. We have to make some changes in the reading room. We have to maintain proper distance between two users. They are going to sit in the reading area. Then we have to ask our user to complete all safety measures before entering reading room. Again, don't hesitate in sending back home the users having the health issues. And quarantine or sanitize books provided for reference in the reading room area also. At internet section, keep system reservation system, then maintain the time slots for users, sanitize systems before each use, and avoid air conditioners. Internet sections are there in our library, so we have to maintain them in a proper way after this lockdown. To conclude, this is the advice from the librarian's desk. So please follow the social distancing in your libraries. Still this pandemic situation is completely eradicated. Again, start possible library services, taking due safety measure. Whichever library services are possible, only try to start that. Stress on providing online services more apart from traditional services. And in the end, take care of yourself, your colleagues, students, and surrounding community. Thank you. I thank all the organizing committee, especially for inviting me to this program, this webinar series on COVID-19. And thank you all participants for bearing with my internet connection. I regret for the internet connection disconnectivity, and thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ajay Kamble ji. Uh, some questions has been arises by the users or listeners who is listening this lecture or viewing this lecture.
Okay.
One of the question is advice for the village or rural college libraries in COVID-19.
Uh,
What they have to do if a library science professional is working in a village or
right.
rural college libraries, what
Right.
precaution he has to be
In this situation,
done
if they
by
are,
their hand?
we have to specially see what facilities we have with us right now in our library for our users. If you are only dealing with the printed form, you have to wait for the situation to get diluted. And if now computer and internet, these things are normal those days. In rural areas also, internet and one single system is at least available in the libraries or in the college. So ask for one single system. If internet connection is possible, ask for it also. If internet connection is not there, just go for the freely available sources, resources on the net or through your mobile also. If you're having a mobile is a common thing these days. Smartphones are available everywhere. So you can get those free softwares from your mobile, install in it your computer system and use them whatever possible. Likewise, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, audible.
Hello?
Sir, please carry on.
आपको मैंने कहा था कि आप लोग
Sir,
हाँ
कहा आप फिलहाल सेट कर दो उनका वेरी गुड
Yeah.
तो हमें तो समझा मतलब वैसा आदमी है
hello?
Yes, please.
Shall I have to repeat the answer, my answer, or
Please carry on.
Okay.
No. My other question is.
Okay. Sorry, your voice is not audible.
Yeah.
Hello.
Other question is, as India is an
Sir, your voice is not audible. Can you repeat the question? Okay, if I am audible, I'll read the questions. Rukshak Hillary has asked,
yes,
what safety precautions you are going to take in this COVID pandemic when the college will restart? Right. So I have already mentioned in my last slides. In my last slides about the precautions that are to be taken when the college will restart. You have to take safety precautions as per the guidelines, whatever given by the medical this one, and plus maintain social distancing, keep sanitizers everywhere, use gloves, and the most important thing, when the book is returned, just keep it in a different corner of your library or somewhere for at least 24 hours. Don't keep it in the main stacks. Any other questions, please?
How AI is helpful in library profession?
Which one? Artificial intelligence?
As India is a member of GPAI, how AI is helpful in library profession?
GPAI. I don't know what you
Artificial
want to say.
intelligence.
Yeah, artificial
How
intelligence.
artificial I think he want to say artificial intelligence
Yes,
in
yes,
the form of
yes, yes.
AI.
Okay. So AI is not yet available there in India. Still, it is in the phase of research. Still, if AI will come, and we have seen the robot which is giving answers to your question, talking with you, but it is happening in foreign countries only. If AI comes, then it will be helpful for us to create a module based on AI for searching information from the net and provide it to your users, because you will be on the better situation to search the information with the help of AI. You know how to search information. The general user don't know how to search the information. He will get confused whenever, because you may see on Google, when you used to put the keywords, one single keyword, and you put a search, you get a lakhs of pages, 5 lakhs of results or something. So how will you get the proper information you need from that? So the librarian is the person who can help those members, and he can use this AI as a tool to search information all over the net, wherever it is available, and provide them to the users. Next question, please.
Another
Yeah.
question is, what is the entry software price? Have you purchased it, or you have developed by your own effort this
It is
entry
it is
software?
it is it is developed by me and my library attendant. It is not purchased. It is developed on in Excel and VBA by us, and in some time from now, we are going to provide this for other libraries also. We are planning for it. We are testing it now. It is in the testing phase, and when we find it working properly, it is working properly. We are not finding any issue in it till date, but we are testing it first, and we will make it public in a few time from now.
That's a great, and we all know that Dr. Ajay Kamble is a person, is a man who is very, inspirational for all the young library professionals. He has developed many softwares for his libraries, and there is no money he has involved of the university. That is a great achievement. I congratulate him. Your lecture was very impactful and very informative. Many responses and feedback, as I have already seen in the YouTube also. You started from the period before lockdown, and what services you are giving to your users. And we all know that users are the persons who who uh, convert our image, who reflect our image. So a lot of services you are providing before lockdown. You started from the challenges, mode of services you are providing. And earlier situation, you have also told about the earlier situation 5 years back. what problems you are facing, and what you accept the challenge as an opportunity, and you reflect your library in different mode. That is a great effort by your team. And of course, the entertainment, you have also given the concept of entertainment in a library by providing different activities. I have earlier I have also seen a video of Colin Haddon, who is the chief librarian of Library of Congress. And I have also seen that many users are coming in the library and they are playing a chess in a particular room. So the definition of library has been changed now. Earlier we used to say the silence mode in a library, but here we have opened the discussion room also, as you have also introduced the new services in your library in the discussion mode. And other thing I have seen very impressive, that is the game in the form of book search, article search, information search, or book arrangement, and you promote those student by giving them award also. That is a very acceptable and very practical thing that you have given us, that we can also do this type of activities in a library to promote the users which are coming in a library. And this way we can enhance the number of users or footprint of libraries. Another one, you have also developed the website, and I think you have developed by your own effort, and you have connected with the Android app also. You have also developed the Android app with WhatsApp group and extension services, feedback mechanism in your mobile app. That is very crucial, especially in COVID-19. And many users can avail the facility through the mobile app. Definitely, I am thinking that you have increased your users, and mostly users are availing the facility of your library. And I am sure that this can be a role model for all libraries, especially those libraries which are uh, governed by the state universities, or some management sort of management authorities are funding them. So we can take this example, and we can apply this example in a library also. But very important thing which I want to emphasize, that is your entry software. And we all are hoping that you start, or you can make it for ourselves also in a public domain, so we can use this entry software in a library also. And definitely many question has been arises, what we will do after COVID-19, when colleges will start. Being a librarian or being a library science student, what we have to done in our library. You have also tell about the brief regarding the pros and cons or precautions which we have to take after COVID-19. Thank you, Dr. Ajay Kamble. Your lecture
Absolutely.
was very impactful and very informative, and hope you will also guide all the library science professionals who are working in rural areas, who are working in the the small towns, and you will act as a source of inspiration for them. So on the behalf of my team, Professor MP Singh, SPLP president, and the team which include Rahul and Hema Adhikari, and the all SPLP office bearer, I very thankful to you that you have given us a time
Thank you.
and make us so energetic and enthusiastic in our profession. I also congratulate to you for your effort which you have made in your library. Thank you for us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you all.